Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Coded Challenge. My name is Azavel Eckford. I work on the Innovation and Digital Learning team here at Evanston Public Library. And today I'm going to show you how to create an intro or title screen to your video game. Stay tuned.
Okay, so what we're going to learn how to do today is how to create a title screen. I've just created kind of a title screen that kind of plays a joke. It's a literal joke. So you see this first. I press A. You get the setup to the punchline, which is someone stole my mood ring. The punchline, once I press A, is I don't know how to feel about that. Ha 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 ha. I know it's kind of corny and cheesy, but this is just a tutorial, so cheesy is allowed. Okay? And we press A again, we get a little confetti. So essentially what I'm going to do is show you how to recreate this little story or joke that you can use as a intro to your game. Now you don't have to use a joke or this background per se, but using the same methods that I use to make this, you can use to make your title screen. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to press stop for that. I'm going to reset and I'm going to minimize. And so this is the code for what's happening over here. It's very simple. And what we're just going to do is recreate it on the side over here. And I'm just going to show you what I did. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we need to get this thing, which is called the onStart container. Okay. And where we want to go for that is we want to go to loops. We go to loops and you see it right here. We're going to grab that, pull it there. Okay. Now, as we start to put things inside it, this container will expand. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to create our background image. So you saw my background image was this kind of jack-o'-lantern thing. So what I'm going to do to activate that, I'm going to go to scene because we're creating a scene and I want to get set background image 2. So right now, move this over a little bit. Right now, it's kind of grayed out just because it's already reading this and it knows that I'm duplicating it. But in a moment, we're just going to kind of recreate this and then I'm going to delete this and you'll see that it's the exact same. So we bought our onStart out. Sorry. We bought our onStart container, which is that. We bought out our set background. Our set background too. So it's going to be grayed out like that initially. To put a background in there, you just double click it. Now you can create and draw your own background. You can go to the gallery and you can select the background, and once you, so I selected that background, I click done. So now my background is there. And when it's active, it's going to look just like that. Okay. So we now say onStart. I want to set my background to that picture of the jack-o'-lantern, right? And so there we have it there. If you double click that, you can also draw stuff on here. Okay. If I wanted to, I could try and draw a big star, Alright, so you can draw stuff on there, and if you press done, I'll just draw another star over here. Alright, not the best, but this is just a tutorial, just showing you the gist. If I hit done, then it's saved. Okay. Also, once I save it, so it's in, I have My first asset is what I saved, which was that without the stars, and then I have that with the stars. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go back to without the stars. I click done, so it's there. The next thing I want to do is maybe I want to add what's called a sprite, a character. So what I can do is I'm going to go to set my sprite to sprite of a kind player. Okay, and this is if I want to introduce something else, okay, some other character, some other drawing on top of the background, and I want to be able to move it and manipulate it. Okay, what I'm going to do is go to sprites here, and here we have set my sprite to sprite of a kind. I grab that, I'm going to put it there for the time being, throw it in there. Again, once it's active, it's going to look like this. Okay, and so in my game I drew a ring because we were talking about a mood ring, so I kind of drew a very simple mood ring. Let's see if I want to add anything else. I go to the grid box, I can draw something. Here before I drew my very simple mood ring. I'll go out and show you my very simple mood ring. So that was my very simple mood ring that I drew before. So I go out. Now I can do one of two things. I can grab this and it kind of acts like a copy and paste, and like a voila, now it's there. Now it's there. And now it's also in my assets. Okay, assets are things that you use. I can take it out, right click, delete block, now it's gone. I can pick something from the gallery. Okay, these are kind of like the little sprites. And let's say I just want somebody that I didn't even know what they are. I just pick something. Alright, it's Halloween. Say I want a bat. You know, let's just pick that. Boom. So now we're gonna see when we swap this out, instead of a ring, for instance. So right now, so you see my little ring there. So now what you're gonna see once we swap this out is instead of a ring there, you're gonna see a bat there later on. Just wanted to show that to you and have you to keep that in mind. Okay, so the ring's there, but over here we have a bat. Okay, and so that's pretty much that. We've already recreated. Pretty simple. So in theory, if I go here and I right click to delete that box, boom. Oh, and look at what happened. Now that wasn't there, the program instantly recognized, hey, we don't have anything that tells us to start. So it's like, wait, there's another on start thing already in there. Let's activate that. So I'll show you that one more time. I'm on a Macintosh, so I'm gonna hit Control Z and back up. Boom. So as you see, this already like grayed out because this was the initial active one, right? But the moment I went here, right clicked and hit delete block, watch, this one's gonna disappear and this one's going to become active. So delete block, boom. I grab that over here, and now that should have seamlessly changed our background. We should now have the bat there. Let's see. If we maximize, we press play. Oh, look, we got a nice little bat there instead of the ring that I drew. Okay, and the joke is still the same. You know, the jack-o'-lantern and the bat are in it. One of them took my ring. I don't know. Alright, so here we go. Alright, now we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. I'm going to show you what I did. We're going to delete that. What we create over here is going to become active. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to create another controller. Okay. The controller tab over here pertains to the actual controller of the game. You can, when you go into the controller, you can tell the direction, that directional pads, the D-pads, to do things, or you can assign things to the buttons. Okay, so if we go here, we're gonna, in this instance, we're only gonna deal with the A button. So we're gonna find on A button, press, and up there, you can see we could do B, left, up, right, down, which is talking about this. We can create a menu, or we could just deal with the A or B button. Okay. So if I go to container on A, boom. All right. So now we have that, and because this one's already active, this one's dulled out. Okay. So now the next thing that we want to do is set a dialog frame to. Okay. So for that, because we're dealing with the game at this point, and we're saying on A, when I press the A button, I want to activate a dialog frame. Okay. So what we're gonna do over here, go to game. Okay. And set dialog frame to. Boom. Pop it in there. Alright, now when I come here, again, if I had something already in there and I was just redoing this for some reason, I could take this, drag it there. Okay, and now it would be there. But I could draw something, I could create my own frames from scratch, or I could go to the gallery and pick a variety of frames from the gallery, or I can alter one. And what I did was I actually took this one, and then I just wanted it black for some reason, and I just started, even though it was meticulous, I just started going in and coloring that until the whole thing was black. And what I ended up with was this. Okay. All right. So boom, we have that there. Now we have our dialog box, but I need some text, and I want to tell the dialog box that when I put text in it, I want it a certain color. So we're gonna go find the set dialog text color 2. Okay, we're gonna go in the game. All right, here we go. Set dialog color text 2. We're there. All right, now if I click the gray box, I can tell it what color I want. Okay, I'm gonna make it orange. So now what we're gonna do is we need to actually create the dialog boxes. So show long text. Okay, what I'm gonna do, go to game, here we go, show long text, bring that out. Okay, so now this is saying, well, okay, the bottom, left, right, top, center, full screen. This is basically asking me, where do I want to put the text box? Do I want it at the bottom, which is where it is now? Do I want it to go left? Do I want it to go right? Do I want it at the top? Do I want it at the center? Do I want it to take over the full screen? And we'll explore that later on. for the time being, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write my joke. Okay? Alright, someone stole my mood ring. So if I click into there, now again, I can take this. Yep. I guess we can't do it that way. So I can click in there. Alright, and I can type, hey, someone stole my mood ring. So I type that, hey, someone stole my mood ring. Okay. So now what I can do is I can do one of two things. I can either go into the game, grab that again, and drag it in there like that. Or if I delete that, I can grab this, right click on it, hit duplicate, duplicate it, I can grab it, boom. And then I can go in either one. And now I'm just gonna add my punchline. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, so I just set up a joke. Hey, someone stole my mood ring. And now my punchline. I don't know how to feel about that. Get it? Because I don't have a mood ring. Alright, now, because my joke is so brilliant, I think I should have some confetti. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Scene. And it says Start Screen Confetti Effect. Okay? So I'm just going to grab that. Boom. Drag it there. And I'm going to put it there. Okay? And I can change it to a couple of other things. I can make it a blizzard, cookies. So I can create a couple of, instead of confetti, I can change it to a couple of different things. We'll kind of play around with it and see what happens. So, you know, this is an effect. This is milliseconds, so how fast it shows on the screen. Okay. Yeah. And so ultimately we have this. Now we've recreated what was over here. Okay. And in theory, if I delete this, I'm gonna delete block, this should activate. Okay. So delete block. Boom. I like it when the plan works. So now we have this. Okay. And we can go play our game. We go here. So I'll maximize. And reset. Okay. Boom. Hey, someone stole my mood. So we see an issue there, right? It's giving us an extra screen because it wasn't enough space to put that there. Okay. Alright, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay. Alright. And then our confetti. Alright. So that doesn't really work for me. Okay. So what am I gonna do? It seems that having our text at the bottom didn't really work. So maybe if I do center and center, And let's just see some different effects. So before I hit at the bottom, let's see kind of what widescreen looks like. So our first text to set up the joke, hey, someone stole my mood ring, it's going to be center. And then the punchline, I don't know how to feel about that, it's going to be full screen. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to maximize. We're going to play. I press A. All right. So now it's center of the screen and I see the whole sentence. Hey, someone stole my mood ring. Now when I press A again, the next one should be full screen. Let's see what that does and see if we like it. Okay, full screen. I don't know how to feel about that. It kind of works. I lose some of my background a little bit. You know, I think it comes down to a personal thing. So, personally, I think I want to see a little bit more of the background. I've resolved my issue of it creating two different title boxes to show like one word. So I think I'm just gonna go back to center. I'm pretty happy with that. And so now if we go back into the game, maximize, we press play. I have this background, it's loaded. Boom. Hey, someone stole my mood ring. It's all in one box. I press again, the punchline, all in one box. I still get to see some of my background. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, all I know is I feel pretty good about this. So I'm happy with that. And again, just remember this program goes, it's kind of linear in sequence. So what's happening here in the code, just so you know, is on start is setting my background, which is the pumpkin. Then it's immediately going to the sprite, which is the bat. It's literally going 1, 2, 3, but it does it so fast that it looks like it's all happening at the same time. Then it said, we've basically told it, don't do anything else until the button A is pressed, okay? And then it brings in our dialog box, it brings in our orange text, and then this is the text that's going to go in the dialog box, and that's going to be orange. So again, it's bringing dialog box, orange text, then text, but it's happening so fast that it looks like it's all showing up at the same time. And then we're telling it that when we press A on the last time to basically throw some confetti, okay? And we could kind of play around with this. All right, so if we didn't want, let's see what Blizzard does, okay? So now it's gonna do a Blizzard, okay? And let's see. Let's, instead of A, because that's what this does, instead of on A, we're gonna hit the up button. We're gonna the up button on the direction pad. Okay, so we've just changed the parameters. So on up, meaning instead of hitting the A button, we're now going to hit the up button to activate everything. And let's see how it goes. So we go here, we're gonna maximize, we're gonna stop, reset. So it's the stop button here, this is the reset button, resets the game to the very beginning. All right, so now here, if I press A, nothing happens. If I press B, nothing happens, because we've now told it not to respond when we press A, but to respond when we press the up button on the directional. So now if I hit up, there we go. That's our setup. If I hit up again, sorry. That's interesting. So it wanted us to hit down for some reason to get the punchline. Let's see, do I hit up again for the snow? All right, and that's our Blizzard effect. So as we see, it ran into some problems with the direction pad. We're gonna stop, reset, minimize, and I'm gonna go back to A. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to, we had a blizzard effect. So before I did confetti, but we wanted to see what would happen with the blizzard. So now I'm gonna go back to confetti, and our joke should be as it once was. So now if I go to maximize, if I reset, all right, it's now playing. Now, instead of pressing the directional pad, if I press A, boom, we have our setup. I press A again. Sorry. I have my punchline. And if I press A again, I should get some confetti. Awesome. And that's how, that's one way you can create a title screen for your game with dialogue and other effects. See you later. Oh, my name is Azavel Eckford, and I work for Evanston Public Library.